Let's start.
Have your money work for
What have you learned from those moments of delegation with that you provide to other people?
Yeah, those are all teachable moments. Like, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, we were wrapping up the cohort elevation for this cohort. And so week 12 was always about reflecting, but also reflecting, but also learning for the next 12 weeks, right? And then I gave some feedback to one of them to the e-commerce guy, doing very well, has automated and delegated certain things, right? And really his sales is somewhat taken off. But his issue, and I told him his face, I was like, you try to focus on too many things at the same time, right? The human brain can only do 3 or 4 things at one time, right? Or focus on 3 or 4 tasks or goals at one time.
And do one better.
And then one, right, exactly. You rather, you don't want to be a master of all, what is it, jack of all trades and master of none, right? You don't want to be that guy. And I told him, don't fall into the trap of shiny object syndrome where you see everything on Facebook or YouTube pop up and then you want to follow that, right? So I tend to be guilty sometimes of that. But I told him that just focus on the e-commerce, focus on what you got to do, and you'll really succeed. So yeah, it's all about again, when you delegate, there's always a teachable moment as well there. And I'll give you a second example. One of the other gentlemen that's in the cohort is also starting his, and you've met him at the event, starting his own sip and paint business, right? So we went over his pipeline last week, and once went over his pipeline, I was like, damn, that was pretty good, right? Yeah, because now you're seeing a visual of all right, where are you at as far as your pipeline, as far as the restaurants you want to partner with, as far as the dates that are set. And where you at in the process. Is it discovery? Is it the closing stage? Did you close them, right? So now that you have a visual, now you can kind of do that yourself. And now he has a playbook now for whether it's working with me or working with, for himself, he has that playbook for the future.
I love how you draw the map.
I do.
Because sometimes they're in the forest, they just don't know which route to take.
Exactly. Yeah. So in both cases, both ended positive, but yeah, at the same time, it's all about having teachable moments when you delegate, for sure.
I'm actually curious to, and I'm actually going to invite somebody that went on undergrad with you.
Okay.
The gentleman that we met, that his wife is an artist.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to see, his vision, because we haven't invited someone that is an entrepreneur, but it's actually a family-based business. So I would definitely love to discover what that looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the content pros, but at the same time, how do they win together? Because you also do that. How intriguing is it for you to help a couple that is a partnership in these investments?
It's great. No, it's fantastic. Literally, even if it's 25K or 50K, literally your impact, you're changing lives, right? Because in 5 years, they're going to double their money, right? Knock on wood. There's no wood here. Right. So you're changing lives there, right? So that's one perspective. But even with the gentleman with the pallet season, right? He's doing all the administrative stuff and all the business development. His wife is the one that's doing a lot of the teaching, right? So now he's getting her involved. And she's excited. He's excited. It's actually probably now a psychologist. They're helping them out with their own marriage, right? So, which is making their marriage and their partnership more interesting. So that's just one example, one of many examples of how elevation has worked for that couple.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially for partnerships too. It's good to develop partnerships within within any business, even with friends and with family and stuff. It's good, but then it's also everything has its
pros and cons. Yeah.
100%.
And then think about let's say if it takes off, which I hope it does, right? So now they're building for their own future, not just professionally, but also personally as well, right?
Yeah.
Which will hopefully prolong their marriage, right? So.
And number one reason why people get divorced is the financial situation. And mostly because couples don't know how to work together towards a common goal. They have individual convictions and understanding that they don't unite it to actually build equity.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it becomes a separation factor, thinking that one conviction is better than the other, unfortunately.
Yeah.
This is why we also see a high rate of divorce. In your book, Dealmaker, which we have right here, guys.
Yeah, buy now.
You need to buy it.
It's on Amazon right now.
Amazon
Bestseller.
Buy it. You know, you will learn a lot. I like one thing that says right. It says how to easily raise unlimited capital for your deals. What are the 3 main steps for this that you would consider that is essential if you want to do that?
Great question. Leave with this, right? So number 1, it's about mindset and conviction that you could do it, right? That you could ask or just, start the process, right? A lot of people get stuck in or overthink, oh, who do I ask? What if they have money? Don't assume, just ask, right? That's 1. Number 2, make sure you have some type of process, even when you do ask, some type of follow-up system. A lot of things fall into the cracks because there's no CRM or customer relationship management or any tool for you to keep track of that too. And number 3, even if you do raise, just make sure you always keep the individual in the loop, right? I mean, they shouldn't be in the loop of the project anyway, but just like make sure you have various touch points. It doesn't have to be directly. It doesn't have to be a phone call or email. It could be, but it could be just like, as long as they're getting your monthly newsletters, as long as they're getting updates on the project, so that they don't stay in the dark as far as where's my money, right? So those 3 things. If you can master those 3 things, you could raise as much capital as you want.
Follow-up steps.
I make it so easy. But basically, if you follow the core, those 3 of the core at its core, you'd be fine.
And Dr. Borges,
That's great.
I make it so easy.
That is hilarious. And Dr. Borges is hitting on a very big note on something we need to evolve a little better on: communication.
Yeah.
Because communication is a foundation on building trust as well.
Yeah.
How we communicate, besides the actional part, And with Dr. Blanton, she was a noble guest we had here. We see that our literacy is not there yet, where 70% of our kids can read up to 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
And how does this affect, our ways of communicating? We don't read more. We don't acquire a larger vocabulary. I wanted to ask you this, Dr. Borja. How can somebody with very little resource start this Dealmaker journey?
Yeah, you could do it with literally no money down. It's all about, once you read the book, it's all about having the right mindset and then literally just being able to, although you don't have to add value, you don't have monetary value, like find the right team or find the right people around you where you can add value. All right, I don't have the money, the actual cash, but how else can I help? I could bring other people in. I could tell my network about it. I can analyze deals. I could help with the webinar, help with the seminar. So those are other ways that with no money down, how you could add value to a deal, right? So that would be my advice for anyone who's looking to start with no money down. Find a team and try to add value in that capacity, or just call me. Basically, I get it started.
Exactly.
Yeah, call me, email me. I could point you in the right direction.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. A lot of people think that they need to have these large amount of money to start building this dream of deal making for themselves and for others. And thank you for breaking that stigma of your value can be transferred in other
ways. Yeah, it doesn't have to be money.
It doesn't have to be money. It can be knowledge too.
Right, it can be knowledge as well. Right.
So, Dr. Borja, when you were writing this book, which is again on Amazon, what is something that you felt that you have to progress? Because when we write something, it's almost like a memoir of who we were.
Yeah.
And so when you wrote this book and you finished it, you were like, okay, this is who I am today. Where do I need to evolve myself personally? Not even in a professional matter. Where do you think you have to grow personally?
Personally, definitely where it'll evolve professional to an extent. I definitely see myself automating even more a lot of my process. So I'm not saying I'm getting to a point where I'm going to hire AI agent. I've thought about it, but not right. But it's crossed my mind a lot. But using AI a lot more in my process. I use it very little, but I want to use it more coming up. So that's where I think I can grow as a person, right? Because that's the future, right? You can't run from it, right? You don't have to. You work with it, or it's going to leave you behind, right? So that's where personally where I think I want to be able to incorporate more, and then I also want to make sure that my team, hopefully over time, understands elevation and hopefully is able to promote it and educate folks on that. So I want to, that's where I see it. That's if I can reflect on the book or going forward, is hopefully being able to grow my mastermind and at the end of the day, hopefully, grow my business.
Good. So, unfortunately, we have to finish our program with Dr. Borja. First and foremost, we want to thank you for being our guest.
Thank you.
And if you have anyone that you would like to suggest to come to the Ethics Go podcast, you can call them out if you want.
Got it. No.
And we have to do an episode of the Mets, man.
We have to. We could do it just on the Mets.
Like what it is to be a Mets fan.
Oh man, but you know what? It's not that bad now. At least for the time being. But everyone still busts their chops on 2 World Series and what is it, 70 years, whatever it is.
Are you down for an episode for the Mets?
I'm down. I'm 100% down.
Okay, cool. Well, we will have Dr. Borja back. We do like a little 30-second reflection of what we learned today after the podcast. So I will start with you, Kevin. What did you learn today?
Yeah. So I learned that deal making is about making connections and changing the mindset as an investment. It's an investment towards the project that's there, and adding value isn't just money and isn't just monetarily. It could be in skill sets, knowledge, all of that. And value I think money is just the rewards of the service that you just give out. It's one of those things that come through from it.
What I want to reflect a lot is the great job your mother did.
Thank you.
Mom did an excellent job. You are an amazing human being that is trying to change the mindset of a culture that doesn't know on how to invest. And where they can easily not only come to you for that information, but also for that guidance, and lose that fear that, what am I doing? Am I enough? And like you said, everyone has value. And I value the fact that you are letting people know that it's not about the resources, it's about how you become the resource and become resourceful. Help us continue to embrace these human experiences and explore more about ourselves and others by just subscribing. If you like our content, definitely comment, share it. But also, if you want to be part of our podcast, all you have to do is leave a comment and tell us what you want to talk about. Remember, this is the platform for the people, and we're here to explore.